Okay, so we're recording now, and I'll just start back from the beginning really quickly. So welcome, scholars, to our ScholarCHIPS Mentee Orientation. Today is Saturday, October the 23rd, 2021, 11 a.m. We are just so glad that you took this step. Thank you so much for showing up today to take advantage of the opportunity to receive a mentor selected through ScholarCHIPS to help foster your personal, educational, or academic and career development. This is a huge decision that you've made and a huge step. So we're going to briefly introduce ourselves to you, and then you'll have the opportunity to introduce yourselves to us, although we already know you, but we have an icebreaker along with the introductions. So of course, as you know, my name is Yasmin Arrington, sometimes affectionately known as Yaz or Yazzie. I'm the founder and executive director of ScholarCHIPS, Inc. Yeah, and Gwen?
I'm Gwendolyn Hawkins, Bazwai, but you guys can call me Gwen. I don't have any problem with that. I'm the operations manager and the mentorship program coordinator. I've been with scholarships since March the 1st, and it has been quite a journey and a lot of work, but I'm very happy to be able to work with you all. And thanks for sacrificing your morning to participate in the orientation. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Okay, so icebreaker, please share your name, your college or university and classification, what year you are. Why do you believe you need a mentor, or why do you feel that you want a mentor? And then name an activity, book, movie, or TV series that you're currently enjoying and why. Any takers want to go first?
I can go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, good day all. My name is Estrella Ramos, and I currently attend Prince George Community College. I'm majoring in early childhood education, and I believe I need a mentor because I feel that it's important to have someone to guide you throughout your college experience and just be there for you, provide you with like support and like helping you stay on track. And I believe I need that. That's important. And an activity or movie or series that I enjoy and why. I recently finished You on Netflix. It's very interesting, like a lot of suspense. So
What
I
is it
recommend
called?
that. You,
You, like YOU or you with as in the letter?
just a word, YOU.
Oh, okay. Is that like a suspense? Is it a movie or a series?
A series on Netflix.
Okay. What is it like? What's the premise of it?
It's basically about this guy who like he stalks other people and just stuff like that, like drama. It's very interesting. Yeah. I also watched On My Block. That's another show.
I like that. I've seen that. I've seen episodes
Yeah.
on my blog.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Amaya, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Hi, my name's Amaya Tatum. I attend Spelman College as a first-year student, majoring in biology pre-med. I believe that I need a mentor because, I mean, like y'all know, college is a little hectic and it's very easy to lose track of what you're supposed to do and like your main goal. So it's always important to have like somebody encouraging you. And I think that that's the best thing a mentor can do. And my favorite movie, activity. I really like walking around campus. I just take a nice stroll. It's really nice. And my favorite TV series right now is The Boondocks.
Okay, throwback. All right.
Yeah, I've been rewatching it. So
Me and my brothers used to watch Boondocks avidly. Oh my goodness, great show. I love it. Thank you for sharing. And Inaya, would you like to go?
Yes, I don't know if y'all can see me because my camera is like showing a red light and usually it shows blue. I don't know.
Oh no, we can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay, well, my name is Inaya Brown. I go to North Carolina Central and my classification is freshman. I believe I need a mentor because a lot of like I wouldn't say I've been kind of struggling because I've been doing good with my work, but it's kind of like very different from high school. So I feel like somebody who can help me would be very beneficial. And I'm also a first generation college student, so I could ask my mom stuff, but she wouldn't like she's not gonna know like from experience. So I feel like somebody who's like kind of been there would be good to help me. And
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
a TV series that I've also been watching. I've also been watching You, but one that I look forward to watching is another show on Netflix called Lock and Key.
Lock and Key. Okay. I'm not sure. Is that like a love story or something?
No, it's not. It's kind of like I'm into it's not like supernatural when you think of like werewolf vampires and stuff, but I'm into like all that like supernatural stuff. It's basically about like this family and they have it's a whole bunch of keys like hidden in their family house, but they've never been there. Like the dad is the one who house it is, but once he dies, that's when they move into the house, but they've never been there. So it's a whole bunch of keys, and when you unlock certain doors, you can go to any place that you're thinking of, or you can
Oh, wow.
if you put it like somewhere on your body, then you could change your appearance to somebody else. But
Oh,
yeah, it's
so
about
it's kind of like a like sci-fi, fantasy,
yeah,
suspense type. That's
yeah, and
pretty dope.
it's this girl
Lock
trying
and
to like
Key.
steal the
I'm gonna
keys.
look at that after I finish with y'all.
Yeah, it's two.
You were saying something, Anaya. What were you
Oh,
saying?
I said yeah, it's 2 seasons now.
Okay, awesome,
Okay.
awesome. That's cool. Well, thank you all so much for sharing. Actually, Gwen, is there an activity, book, movie, or TV series that you're currently enjoying?
Yeah. Impeachment, the whole thing about Bill Clinton. That's been kind of interesting.
Is that a documentary?
It's a series.
Okay, is it on what platform is it on?
It is on FX.
Okay. I think it's
Yeah.
freezing a little bit. Can you all hear me?
And that this young lady really has some mental issues of sorts. Yeah. Yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm sorry about that. I think that was me, my internet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because you froze a little bit.
Okay, let me share my screen again. Well, thank you for sharing that. I have been watching. Have you all heard of Squid Game?
Yeah.
I have been watching. It's suspense, like it's a whole lot going on. It's sci-fi and suspense. I don't want to give the premise, so I really don't want to give the premise away, but it's based. I'll just give a high level overview. It's based in Seoul, Korea, and it's basically within Seoul primarily. There are a lot of these folks. They're kind of like poor. They're like low to middle income folks, and they've incurred a lot of debt. So they've taken out a lot of credit and all of that, and they owe people like tens of thousands, not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and whatever their currency, whatever their currency is. And so they end up getting these invitations to play a game, to play a series of games, and they lured them in to say, if you win this game, you'll win. Let's say it was like 100 million or $20 trillion. Like it was just a ridiculous amount of money. And so they had like 300, like 400, 500 people all coming into these games, and they die like flies. It's really it's spooky, but it's cool. So if you're into like sci-fi fantasy and you don't mind seeing a little bit of gore and all that kind of stuff, and then you would like it. But it's an interesting series. So I'm going to move into our community agreements. I'll do this pretty quickly because I know, we have met each of you, and we have a pretty positive rapport, and each of you young ladies are extremely respectful. But I just want to lay the ground rules for today / community agreements. We ask that you be present. So that's participate in this session and engage with us. Engage with Gwen and I and each other, ask questions if you have questions, step up and step back. And I'm sure that some of you have heard that by now, which essentially means that we will be mindful of our participation. If we find that we are speaking frequently, but other people in the group are not speaking, then we want to politely step back and allow other folks to participate in the conversation as well. Honor this as a safe space. Whatever you share with us within the space will be held amongst us in respect and confidentiality. And then we ask that you keep an optimistic and positive attitude. This is actually really exciting. And it was great to hear how each of you feel and believe that having a mentor will help you along in your college journey. And you're absolutely correct. Mentors, I had so many mentors when I was in college. Some of them were from scholarship programs. I was a part of what's called the Abramson Foundation here in Washington, D.C., and they gave me 2 mentors. And that I'm still connected with them to this very day. And a lot of my professors became mentors, and administrators and people on campus in different offices. So it really helps, mentors help in a lot of different ways, which we'll talk about later. So you're definitely on the right track, and you've made a great decision. Don't yuck someone's yum. So if someone says something that you may or may not agree with, we don't have to yuck it necessarily. We just say, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's a different way of looking at it, right? And then are there any additional agreements that we did not mention that you would want to add? No?
You guys are good.
Okay. All right. So there we have it. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. So some of this you've already heard before. I'm sure some of this you read when you were applying for scholarships, but just to go over it, our mission and vision. ScholarCHIPS mission is to provide college scholarships, mentoring, and a peer support network, and now also mental health services to young people, to youth and young adults who have incarcerated parents, inspiring them to complete their college education. Sometimes we say children of incarcerated parents because what you will learn in this space is that children of incarcerated parents or children with incarcerated parents is a research term. So a lot of various industries, a lot of the terminology that we use, even when we say millennials, when we say Gen Xers, a lot of the language is driven by researchers, people who are like, maybe they're professors or they're working on their doctorate research, and they publish this research, and then it's disseminated out. People, federal agencies, people in nonprofits, they read this research. And sometimes practitioners can also drive the language, but it's essentially a research term. So children of incarcerated parents can be all inclusive, but you may hear us interchangeably say youth and young adults with incarcerated parents because the population that ScholarCHIPS serves is your age, like between the ages of 17 and 23 or so. But generally, if you hear children of incarcerated parents, we still are the children of our parents. So the vision of the organization, ScholarCHIPS envisions a world where children of incarcerated parents are no longer marginalized and stigmatized by society, that we have equal access to higher education, and ultimately experience a future absent of poverty and incarceration. And then I would like to share a video with you really quickly. This is NBC4. There is a reporter, longtime reporter or anchor named Leon Harris. And Leon Harris used to be on WJLA on Channel 7. And he had this segment called Harris's Heroes. Now that he's over at NBC4, his producer really, really loved the Harris's Heroes concept. So he allowed him to bring it over to that station. And so ScholarCHIPS was named a Harris's Hero in 2020. And this segment aired in February of 2020. And it has one of our now alums, Amari McDuffie, and actually Markia is featured briefly in here. And Anaya, have you had the chance to connect with Markia, because she's a senior on your campus at North Carolina Central?
We've talked, but we haven't like met in person.
Okay, well, yeah, definitely. Because she's been there at the university for 4 years, so she may be able to provide you with some feedback in terms of like professors, or you all may not have the same major, but definitely see if you can touch base with her before she leaves, because I'm sure like that's another form of mentorship as well. And she's a ScholarCHIPS scholar, so she could be a great resource to you. Let me see. Sorry, one second. Can I spell hero this morning? I think it's about 3 minutes or so. Let me see. Here it is.
Like a Traeger wood
Can you
pellet
hear?
grill, Weber gas grill, or
Yeah.
charcoal grill.
Just
Only
wait for the
neighborhood
ad.
Ace. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
When someone goes to jail, they often leave behind children who have to learn how to navigate life now.
I can't see the video on my end.
Tough start. Well, one DC organization is now focusing.
What were you saying?
I can't see the video on my end. I can only hear it.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh, you all can't see it on your phone?
No, I can't see the video either.
Oh.
Do you have to click on that link?
Oh,
at the-
wait. Stop sharing as pause. Bring your shared window to the front. Oh, how do you do that? Okay, sorry. Let me try this again. Thank you for letting me know that. Let me see if I can. Is that, here it is. Can you all see it now?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Seen on those students and helping them succeed.
Someone goes to jail, they often leave behind children who have to learn how to navigate life now without a parent.
Can be a tough start. Well, one DC organization is now focusing on those students and helping them succeed. Our Leon Harris is here with tonight's hero. Great program.
Yeah, helping students in this kind of situation can end a lot of negative cycles that are holding a lot of people and communities back. Now, there aren't very many organizations like the one we're going to tell you about this evening that supports college-bound students who have parents behind bars. Children of incarcerated parents often feel alone and sometimes ashamed. But ScholarCHIPS was created so those kids could feel like they're part of a community. That's why the organization is this week's Harrison's Hero.
Our chapter is
The moment you meet Amari McDuffie, you can tell she's smart.
I'm studying bio with a minor in human development, family services, diversity and inclusion, and sociology.
But the one thing this current Penn State student didn't tell anyone while she was growing up was that her dad is in prison.
I have to go drive 3 hours away to visit him. Well, he couldn't make like my high school graduation or my prom or like my first day of college. Those things were really like traumatic.
But when she came to ScholarCHIPS, she found a community of kids just like her.
Make sure you turn in your transcript.
Yasmin Arrington created this organization because she knows the pain. As a student, she had a parent who was incarcerated.
When I was growing up, my father was in and out of jail and federal prisons.
ScholarCHIPS financially and emotionally supports college-bound students whose parents are behind bars.
They really invest their time inside of you to making sure that you're just okay.
To date, they've awarded over $180,000 in scholarships. They also provide mentors, life skills conferences, and group activities.
Just the fact that I'm able to take that advice and get a scholarship based on that and pursue a higher education at the same time and try to get a PhD in this.
These students tell me they plan to use their educations to break the cycle of incarceration in their neighborhoods.
If you don't teach like the children about, what else is out there in the world, they kind of all do the same thing. I feel like my father kind of lacked that knowledge.
You're not just helping one student, you're literally changing a family and ultimately a community.
And these students refuse to be defined by their parents' mistakes.
This program has told me like, that's not my mistake and that's not my fault. And I'm not less qualified for anything because my dad's incarcerated, I'm still just as smart, just as good.
No, you're not. You're more. Yeah, she was very impressive, as all the kids that I met in that program. You can learn more about ScholarCHIPS, that's ScholarCHIPS with a C. Learn about them and the students that they're helping in our NBC Washington app. Just go there and search Harrison's Heroes.
I love
That's
the way
really
you put
impressive.
it, not defined by their parents. They're standing on their own. And
Oh, yeah.
standing
Good for them.
tall.
I mean, there's no question. Helping a student like that who's capable of going to college and succeeding, helping them get there, benefits us all.
Kudos.
So,
All right.
well, hopefully they get some donations and get some much needed
Bring it,
focus.
bring it, folks.
Yeah, we'll be right
Sold
back.
itself. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was great.
Thank you. Yeah, Gwen, that was your first. Oh, wait a minute.
assembly and delivery.
Gwen, that was your first time seeing that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes, that was really nice. Barbara Harrison did a really nice one too, back like 2018. All right, let me stop sharing and go back to the slide. All right. Go play from current slide. Okay. So today's orientation objectives, you will receive an overview of the ScholarCHIPS mentorship program. You will develop a deeper understanding of the role of the mentor and your role as a mentee. You will learn strategies to help build an effective, successful mentorship or mentor-mentee relationship. And you will understand our program guidelines and policies that are applicable to you. So the purpose of the ScholarCHIPS mentorship program, I'll just back up a little bit. So the umbrella program is called our mentorship and college completion program. There are several different aspects within that program, and one of them is one-on-one mentoring. So this is you are now going through the early stages of the mentor-mentee, the one-on-one mentor matching program. In 2020, we had a consultant who partnered with us to help develop this program, and we conducted a survey, and we had over 20 scholars to complete that survey. And those scholars at the time expressed a need for mentors. 53% of them mentioned that they did not have a mentor of any kind before participating in this program. 83% said they would like to have a one-on-one mentor matched by ScholarCHIPS. And then 70 said that they have time in their monthly schedule to devote to a mentor or having a mentor-mentee relationship. And so you all have also expressed that you are interested. You may have a mentor already, you may not. So we're really, really excited to have you being a part of this program. So here are some additional results that came out of the survey. I won't necessarily read each and every one of them, but 43%, roughly 43% said they need academic support. Roughly 53% said they need career guidance. 76 roughly percent said they need more soft and workplace skills. About 46% said they need emotional support. About 63% said they need assistance locating employment and internship opportunities. 57% said they need help setting and completing goals, and financial planning and those kinds of things. Now, here we have a cool slide about the benefits of mentoring, but these are quotes from some people you may recognize. So what I'd like to do is if each of us could just read one of the one or two, actually, let me see, they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each of us can read about one of them.
I'll start out.
Okay, thank you, Gwen.
I think mentors are important, and I don't think anybody makes it in this world without some form, I can't see on the side, some form of mentorship. Nobody makes it alone. Oprah Winfrey.
Gwen, can you popcorn someone to read, select someone to read next?
Inaya.
One of my mentors schooled me on branding before it was a cliche term in the game. Nipsey Hussle. Estrella.
In order to be a mentor and an effective one, one must care. You must care. Maya Angelou. Maya.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Show me a successful individual and I'll show you someone who had a real positive influence in his or her life. I don't care what you do for a living. If you do it well. I'm sure there was someone cheering you on or showing the way. A mentor, Denzel Washington.
And then finally, Jay-Z on Paying It Forward. Most people that were successful growing up where I was from never came back. So there was never a dialogue about how did you do it? What happened? There was no mentoring program. So as you can see right here, some of the best of the best, particularly within the United States of America, within our community, over Oprah Winfrey, the late Maya Angelou, the late Nipsey Hussle, Denzel Washington, Jay-Z, they all, and there are many, these are just some examples, but all of them have mentioned in some of their talks and their public speeches about the importance and necessity for mentorship, which is an essential method to helping us grow in various ways. So I have a question, and then after we briefly have a brief chat about this, I'll turn the program over to Gwen. Have you encountered a good mentor? And this doesn't have to be someone who they or you actually labeled them as your mentor, but maybe if you haven't had someone that had that actual label in your life, maybe it was your mother or your father or an older sibling or an aunt, uncle, or a teacher. So I just wanted to open the floor. Would each of you be willing to give an example, if it's relevant to you, of a good mentor that you encountered, and why were they a good mentor? What were some of the things that they did or they said that had some type of positive or lasting impact on you? Let's see. Estrella, would you like to go? Would you like to share?
I'm trying to think right now of someone that I can come up with. Can you come back to me, please?
Sure. I saw someone raise their hand. Oh, Inaya, would you like to go first? And then once after you go, if you could either Popcorn or someone can just go right after.
Okay, a mentor I had was one of my teachers. Actually, he still kind of helps me, but like I remember that he was like, I didn't really know he was like helping me like in a mental way until maybe like I was in 11th grade. But I knew that he was like mentoring all of my friends kind of because he was my teacher from middle school. And at first I was like, oh, why does he want to be my mentor? But I remember him telling me like at first he wasn't as involved because he seemed that I was he seen how well I was doing. So when it seemed like I started to need help, that's when he wanted to step in a little bit more. And that really kind of touched me because it kind of made me think like other people are looking out for me even if I don't really see it. And now he's been helping me kind of like, well, he helped me a lot with writing my essays for college and stuff. So
That's awesome. Are you still in touch with him?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
good.
calls me, checks up on me every once in a while.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely a mentor for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who would like to go next? Okay,
I could go next. One of my 10th grade chemistry teacher, she had just graduated from Howard, and she was we were her first class to teach. And she took me and like my friend group under her wing, and like she stopped teaching the year after, but she kept in contact with us. She was like the main person who was pushing me to like go to honors courses. She was telling me like she even after she left, like she kept on calling me, make sure I was okay. And she actually during the process of her teaching us, she was applying for med school and like practicing for her MCAT. So like while we were like she was also like providing us like with a person to look up to as well. So she just called me actually the other day to tell me that she got accepted into med school. But like while she while she was doing that, she was also like she still checks up on us. And I had like an issue whether I want to keep doing like continue under biology, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna make a time in my schedule and we're going to talk about, like, she encourages conversation and to like talk about like my issues. And yeah, she's very, very helpful. She's like a big sister to me at this point.
That's amazing. Yes, absolutely. That is mentorship all the way. Wow, these are great examples. And I'm happy to hear that you all have had people in your lives previous and up to this point who are checking in on you, who are encouraging you, who are taking the time to learn about you, and even down to helping you to figure out your major and your class schedule. That is exactly, those all are forms of mentorship. Estrella, have you thought of an example?
Yes. So someone that I've encountered that's like a good mentor to me was my college coach. During my senior year, I remember there's this program called First Generation College Bound. I'm not sure if anyone's aware, but Miss Deja Cobbs, she actually reached out to me and she told me that she explained to me about like the program and everything, and I joined it and I got accepted. And there were other not mentors but coaches, and she was my coach. And what I liked was that she would always check up on me and she would motivate me like to fill out scholarships and just like little stuff like that. I remember I was kind of like during my senior year, I was a little scared and nervous because I didn't know if I really wanted to go to college. I mean, I did, but it was just like the financial part that was stopping me. And I remember she had like a one-on-one talk with me, and she told me that I should like have faith in myself and put my faith in God that everything was going to be okay, and that like I can apply. There's a lot of opportunities that I wasn't aware of at the time, and she like opened my eyes to them. And
Oh,
aside from that, she was just like always checking up, making sure that I was doing okay, and like checking my accounts for any updates and stuff like that. So I see her as a mentor. And to this day, I'm still in contact with her. She checks on me here and there.
That's amazing.
very good.
Yes, these are phenomenal examples. So you all know exactly what a mentor is and what a mentor does just based on your life experiences thus far. And then one of the quotes was, I think it was from Maya Angelou, in order to be a mentor, you have to care. And so one of the qualities, and then I'll stop here, one of the qualities that you will find in a good mentor is the factor of caring, that they really care about you as a person. They care about your well-being. They care about your success, right? All of those things. And it just makes the relationship that much more meaningful and rich, especially when, and it also develops trust when you know that someone truly cares about you and they have your best interests at heart. So with that, we had built in a 10-minute break after this slide. I want though to check in with you all to see whether you want to take that break or should we just go, do you just want to continue through now?
I don't mind continuing.
Yeah, we could continue.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think that would
that's
be better.
two continuing. Anaya, are you good to continue?
Yeah, I had put it in the chat.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. Okay, so Gwen, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. All right, this slide is about the mentor selection process. And this is important for you all to understand that they had to go through an orientation and they had to make some steps a little bit beyond that. But the qualifications were to be dedicated to providing guidance to youth with their academic, career, and personal goals. You have to be 21 years or older, live in the Washington metropolitan area, complete the mentor application, and you have to have a background check. And one part of that is that they have to pay for their background check. So that's one indicator to you from this point moving forward to let you know that they are dedicated in providing their professional and personal experiences with you and helping to support you get through your college education. Then you complete the mandatory mentor training orientation, and that occurred on September the 24th, 2021. And then I sent them the mentor agreement. They signed it and turned it back in. So that's how the mentor piece, the process that they have to go through. Now, mentor-mentee requirements. The mentor agrees to provide their experience and guidance for 1 year. They're obligated for 4 hours monthly for consultations, talks, activities with you guys, whatever you all decide to do, and to touch base weekly. And that includes calls, texts, emails, and meetups. Okay, building an effective mentoring relationship. Keep your commitments. And what that means is that the mentor and the mentee must keep your commitment. So if you all have an appointment or a session together and you decide a date and a time, stick to that. Emergencies do come up, and it would be good if something did come up, to be proactive about it and reach out and let them know, or vice versa. Be present in your interactions, be engaged, ask questions because they're ready for you. And one thing I can say is that the continuing mentors and the new ones that we brought in this year, they have a very diverse background in a lot of areas. So ask questions, ask them how their college experience was, you know, what were their situations that gave them pause. Treat your mentor with respect. Interact with your mentor in a positive manner. And I know you ladies know how to do that. Jointly take responsibility for planning the mentoring activities. Practice good communication etiquette, return calls, update if there's a change in plans, as I said earlier. And showing appreciation works on both sides of the table. That's for the mentors and yourself. And anything else. Okay, give it a chance. Some people are talkative and others are quiet. So if you're kind of shy, this is the opportunity to hone your skills and come out of your shell. And once you all establish a relationship with the mentor, if you are quiet or subdued, then that will give you some assurance that you can be open. Some people rely on their feelings to make sense of situations, and others think them through. So the relationship between you and your mentor is going to be on the responsibility of both of you. So you have to talk about a lot of things about yourself, you know, what your strengths and weaknesses are. And that will help both sides to come to a level where they're much more comfortable and more willing to share. Some people use humor to communicate and others prefer a more serious way of relating. You and your mentor will determine the climate that you all work in. And again, that just has to do with really getting to know a person. With some people, you feel immediately comfortable. With other people, it takes a while. So at this point, I wanted to tell you that Yasmin and I both are your mentors as well. And if you find that you're having difficulty with your mentor or things are just not clicking, don't feel hesitant to call us and let us know. And maybe we might have some suggestions for you, or if you really feel strongly about it, then there's always the option of pairing you with someone else. Sometimes you can get along great with someone whose personality contrasts with yours because each of you balances the other's style. And that goes to the saying opposites attract. Two people can have two different paths in life, but somewhere on that path they intersect. So that shouldn't be a deterrent. If your perspective or the way that you have come up or what your life experience has been to this point. Because on all levels, you know, everybody is human. So I think that someone being different from you, you can learn a lot from them and they can learn from you as well. Next slide. Be mindful of expectations. The mentor will solve all my problems. I will have this mentor for life. My mentor will buy me lots of stuff. My mentor will give me money. My mentor will take me on trips. Okay, so solving all your problems, it's better for you guys to do it together. That way you learn. They can give you ideas that you can implement into your life and tailor them to your life. In some cases, you may have a mentor for life. You know, earlier, all three of you identified someone, and it was good to hear that, you know, you do reach back and still have communications with that mentor. And that's possible in this program as well. My mentor will buy me lots of stuff or give me money. I don't know about those two. Yes, you want to interject something?
Sure, just really quickly. Yeah, we just, I mean, you all have had mentors in your life, so you know, you sort of know how that goes. It's usually more so the intangible things that they provide you with, the support, a listening ear, advice, wisdom, counsel, all of those kind of things. But we just suggest not to walk into a new relationship or mentor relationship expecting that you will be adorned with gifts and that they'll buy you lots of stuff and that they'll give you money. Now, granted, there are mentor-mentee relationships where that happens, but that should not be an expectation. And we don't encourage it per se, because once you set that precedent, it does become an expectation, like, oh yeah, you know, my mentor is going to give me $25 every time my birthday comes around. You know what I mean? So we don't know that to be true.
My mentor will take me on trips. I'm sure that there'll probably times when you and your mentor will meet up and do something locally, but ScholarCHIPS doesn't recommend road trips or airplane trips, anything of that sort, because there are liability issues involved in that kind of activity. Does anybody have any questions from what they heard so far? No? Okay. What you can expect: activities that you choose together, share current movies that you enjoy or books that are being read, discuss career options, including potential internship opportunities, talk about difficulties you might be experiencing and how you can overcome them, go out to breakfast, lunch, and dinner, have a mock interview. That's a very good idea. Plan a college campus visit, go to museums, and do a community service activity. So these are just some examples of what you can plan with your mentor, in addition to the other services that they're going to provide. Okay, and what you can expect: continued academic and career guidance, a listening ear, advice and feedback, brainstorming to help resolve issues and problems, and help with goal setting and consistent support. So each of you understand that, and I'm sure that you will receive that from your mentor that is matched with you. The first communication: you'll receive your mentor's name, a few details about them, and their email address. Your mentor will reach out first. Introduce yourself, share your background, exchange details about your lifestyle, and discuss a possible schedule and ways to maintain communication. The mentoring policies: mentors are not to engage in inappropriate or uninvited physical contact. Mentors are not to share private and confidential information shared by you, including family dynamics, finances, personal issues, etc., without your permission. Mentors cannot have overnight visits or out-of-town travel with you without written permission from the program staff. Mentors are not permitted to give you money directly to you. And we discussed that a few slides back. An emergency crisis situation, mentors are obligated to report the following things: plans to commit a crime, drug and alcohol abuse, child abuse or neglect if under 18 years of age, trauma and severe mental health concerns. All of the scholars that I have met up to this point seem to be quite stable. But I did want to mention that Yasmin has been working on a mental health facet of ScholarCHIPS, and we got funding to set that up. So I just wanted to let you know that that is available if you need it. And as I said before, Inaya, especially you're a sweet thing. I could hear it in your voice. And I know that this experience is different for you. I want to extend to Inaya and all of the scholars, Estrella and Amaya, that if you ever need some assistance, just pick up the phone and contact me. And when I finish my portion of the presentation, I'm going to give you my direct business phone number. I have put it in a couple of documents that I sent to everybody earlier before the semester, but I want to make sure that the three of you have it now, and I will put it in subsequent information that I'll be sending after this orientation, because Yasmin, we're going to provide them with a copy of the Mentee orientation.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yes. Yes.
And a couple of other things that I'll send after this. They say first, take ownership of your own safety. Guard your personal space. Be clear about your specific privacy and confidentiality needs. Speak up in the event that a mentor oversteps your bounds. Contact program staff regarding any concerns or if you are uncomfortable for any reason. Emergency situations that may occur, God forbid, call 911, contact a trusted individual, or contact the program staff. And program staff is Yasmin and myself. And we are available anytime that you need us. Mentoring and support. Communications with program staff. Check-ins from program staff. I will be doing wellness check-ins beginning November the 1st. That's on a Monday. So I'll be glad to be able to reach out to all of you. Some I haven't spoken with yet, and I haven't met yet, but I'll be looking forward to doing that. And the cycle on my wellness checks will be like every 2 months. But if you need me for anything prior to that, then please don't hesitate to reach out. Program sponsored events, surveys, evaluations, and closure process when mentorship ends. And remember, the mentorship of mentor agreement lasts for 1 year. And from what I understand, in the past, Yasmin told me that most of the mentors that we have, they're continuing, so they will re-sign an agreement to stay another year. And if you really like that person and that's who you want, then you can let it be known, and we'll see to it that you have the same person that you want to keep. Looking ahead, what's next? Now for you, you'll have to sign a mentee agreement as well. and it's due by Tuesday, October the 26th, 2021. That's the second thing that I'll send after the orientation. So you need to print, sign, scan, email, or text, but I prefer you guys to send me an email with the agreement attached when once I forward it to you. Print, sign, take photo, email, and text. Create a PDF, DocuSign, and electronically sign. Those are the ways that you can send it in. Now, the matching process, that will occur between me and Yasmin, and we will match you with the mentors that we feel that will be more beneficial to you. And as I said earlier, give them a chance, and if the match works, that's great. If it doesn't, then just please let us know. We don't want you to feel like you have to be anchored to someone, and you do have options. So
Yeah.
just keep that in mind.
Yes.
Final thoughts and evaluation form.
Gwen, may I add something really quickly? I was just gonna say, Estrella, Inaya, and Amaya, please definitely make sure ASAP that you complete the Mentee, I may not get the name exactly correct, but it's like a mentor matching survey. You know, that Gwen has mentioned. That is going to be that document we will rely heavily on to match you with the mentor as best as we can, based on a combination of, you know, your major or your expected planned major, your desired career path, the university or college that you attend, and even some of your personal hobbies. So we look at all of those things, and we cross you know, pollinate, or we look at the mentors, what their major was, what their degrees are in, what universities they went to, what the career they're in now, their personal hobbies, and we match you as best as we can. And we try to have at least two commonalities amongst you, which tends to make for a pretty good mentor-mentee relationship. So we'll send that link again to you, but make sure you fill that out. We won't be able to really effectively match you without those data points and that information. That was all. I just want to emphasize that.
Yeah, and I just wanted to say that we are going to be vigilant about getting this process done.
Yes. If you can get those mentee or mentor matching surveys into us, it doesn't take long. It's a pretty short form. Get that into us as soon as you can. If you can get that by Tuesday, along with your mentee agreement, it's only a 1.5 page agreement. With all of the protocols, policies, procedures that we mentioned today. You're just signing off that you agree to that, give it to us. Once we have those two. Oh, I'm sorry, Gwen.
No, I was just saying, you froze for a minute. We couldn't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, once we have your mentor matching survey completed, and also your mentee agreement, we can match you. What is this? We're about to be in November. We should be able to match you by early November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like the first week in November.
First or second week,
Mhm.
week being the later. If we don't complete in the first week of November. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you will have your mentor soon. I'm excited for you guys.
Does anybody have any questions or comments?
Okay.
No.
Estrella, Anaya, no questions? I'm glad you're excited. Estrella says in the
Yeah,
comments.
I saw her. I saw the message on the chat. Okay, well, ladies, I want to thank you very much for attending today. It was good to see you again, and you'll be seeing us again and again. But let me give you my business cell phone number. If you guys could grab a pen real quick.
I can put it in the chat too when you say it.
Okay, that'll be good. 240 550 3182. Thanks, yes.
Absolutely.
So, Amaya, you got 25 minutes to get to your event. So again, thank you so much. You guys have a good weekend, and you'll be hearing from us soon.
Yep.
I'm going to try to get the email out with all of the attachments that we need to send to you. You'll have it before Monday morning or by Monday morning, maybe even sooner.
Yep.
I'll see if I can get it out this afternoon or Sunday morning. And then that way, your deadline is Tuesday.
Right. And be on the lookout. Your care packages are coming from us too. So you should get those by either next week or first week in November.
Okay, ladies, have a great day. And thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a blessed day,
Thank you.
everyone.
You too.
You're welcome.